Welcome to yet another SpyParty Masters Championship 2023 cast. We're in the Champions Round Robin, and I'm your humble host today, Wrestler, and we're gonna have Graash versus Sauerkraut. And to help break it all down, I have enlisted Gabriel and Yash to help along me. Hello.
Hi.
Yes, I'm here for digestion. Hello. Those two players, r- somewhat newish to the community, but newish is a very stretchable definition here. Graash, of course, coming through the challengers into the group, which has a few rather scary players. So I would imagine that is a fight for third, but we have seen a few shaky showings from OP in particular, so it might actually be more important than I think.
Yeah, they've played each other twice as far as I can see. So we have in both cases Sauerkraut won. So in the first one was in Hidden Cup 2, so that was quite a while ago, 4-8. And then slightly more recent Hexagon Cup 3 was 5-7. So Graash coming slightly closer, but still not winning there. So Sauerkraut slight favorite here.
He also is the only one whose matches played so far out of those two, having just lost against Rov with a very close 7-9. Graash has everything to play for, and well, I'm actually pretty interested. So I'm expecting a lot of shenanigans from Sauerkraut, as I have had the pleasure of seeing him play recently. But Graash is a little bit more of an enigma, in my personal view.
Yeah, they're also the two most recent players from, like as you mentioned, from the Spy Party community in this group. So both Rov and OP Rights are slightly older in terms of competitive history, with actually Graash being the newest coming in from Winter Cup 2021, which is still a while ago, but
Oh, yeah, I don't suppose you've got a draft for us, Mr. Wrestler.
I mean, of course we do, and here it is on screen.
Oh. Oh, that's interesting.
so as usual, we have the occlusion venues banned, except Tayan. Tayan can stay for some reason.
Because
So
no one plays
both
it.
fair. We have aquarium and redwoods being banned, then restrict the very big and very small venue, and then we're gonna double ballroom and gallery, followed by terrace, library, Tayen, and balcony.
Wait, Tayan is actually picked? That
Yeah,
never happened.
it's a single. We're actually seeing it because this is 16 games. Ties are allowed. This is group stage, so
And you have to play
win.
every single game to
Yep,
the
win as many games as you can.
big enjoyment of the entire community. So, I believe we do have our first game starting on Ballroom,
Well,
right?
hold up, gentlemen. We have the predictions to
No, I'm not
make.
gentleman, I'm Yash.
But we have predictions to make. I admire your hastiness, but we need to predict who's going to win, and Gabriel's name is written first, so I'll have
I
him
can't
predict first.
I can't help but notice your name is missing, wrestler.
Why would I put myself in that predicament? But I could.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with my standard very close guess, but for the slight favorite of 9-7 for Sauerkraut.
Right,
Can't help
Yash?
but notice that your name is going second, Wrestler.
Fair enough. Though I always tend to favor for the better spy, and thus far, Grash's spy has not impressed me in the challenger stage. So I'm going to go with Sauerkraut, and it's gonna be a dominant win of 14-2.
Okay.
So we've got a very good track record here because, as we all know, I've made my prediction a few days ago. And as we all know, Sauerkraut actually lost that game. So let's go for a repeat, shall we? I shall predict Sauerkraut. I shall not tell you the score because that was not a thing that I needed to say the last time around. And in the end, Sauerkraut shall lose yet again because of something dumb happening with
It's
Graash.
Calcaster scores. It's called Caster scores.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Happens often.
Right. But indeed,
Should we get into the games?
we are indeed into the
No,
games.
we have another very important thing to mention. We do,
are...
right?
No, that's it. We can start. We are playing as Pearls here for Sauerkraut. And is everyone ready? Then
Always
let's get to it. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Don't see Pearls around much.
Very slow character, so if you want to go somewhere, you're gonna have to get there slowly.
Or not at all. Sometimes good things come to those who wait. And also timeouts, but we skip that last part. Sauerkraut, however, has been anything but slow in my personal experience. There were a lot of very, very silly plays involved in the match against Rolf, and almost got there.
That was a path. We bounced a little bit in our starting conversation, then we redirected back, and then we did a nice circle around the conversation to land here to get a flirt, which we did get at least.
Great as well. So, nice little refreshment. So, from what I know, I don't think I remember much about Graash's spy in particular, which is why wrestlers saying it's not notable. But Graash's sniper has been a much talked about thing in the community because he does use a lot of different memory techniques. I guess one way to dodge all of that is to just not do anything. Because if you don't do anything, you don't leave your fingerprints on anything, and you don't leave memory prints either.
True, actually, yeah.
A
nice
pretty easy way to go under the whole memory palace thing and tunnel through towards your victory.
You do have to do something at some point, though. So we're alone in a conversation with the double agent. Expected double agent is also in a conversation, so that could work if we wanted to.
So, we have mentioned that Pearls is one of the slower characters, but surely it's not the only difference between the character and the other partygoers. I believe Pearls has a very nice little set of inspect animations in particular, allowing her to potentially one cycle the 3 inspects without having to try too hard. We are left alone while attempting Banana Bread, which is never a situation you want to be in. However, that does allow us to redirect and move towards our seduction target and the double agent for a change.
That would have been a fake contact. I wonder why we tried to fake contact there with us alone in conversation. And then we redirected in the same conversation away from the seduction target for some reason. Maybe to add time here, actually.
Time is running out, and having more time means that you have more time to run out. Which means, amidst other things, the party goes becoming more and more suspicious, especially if that banana bread comes through. But also just allowing us to start actually doing something, because while flirt is a very good indicator for pacing, having nothing else done is not necessarily the best strategy.
Banana bread.
Well, those action tests are coming through the leafy greens on the banana bread and on the burline. And now we are left with only one fingerprint to go, if that is the option we would choose to go for. Double briefcase fingerprints, that's not the most usual side. We do have the mission win pending, and that chain has been going on for a while, hasn't it? That is coming off, unfortunately, on the wrong target. Well, that explains a lot. So yeah, pretty long chain. The time ad.
I was wondering why no one could hear me and why I couldn't hear anyone.
Well, have you tried talking?
Yes, yes, I'm here. Sorry, I had a nice monologue about how the chain was super long here.
Well, if you have a sufficiently long monologue about the chain, we can potentially hear it on the next game.
No, it was during the game. It was perfect. It fit perfectly with the events. But yeah, good job to Sauerkraut for actually making that work.
For hitting a green purloin and then letting Toby run around the menu for another 2 minutes.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Meanwhile, Graash picking up Queen for the first spy. And we shall move into that game in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Oh, we're out of that. Those paintings quickly, going to a side statue.
I mean, might as well start very quick. Nothing like a change of pace from the last game. And humans are very pattern oriented, so maybe keeping all the games slow is not necessarily the best idea. Because the snipers will just get used to it and get ready for it. However, starting out fast in the first game, double inspects, 34% on the flirt. I'm very interested to see when that second inspect is gonna come off for us.
Yeah, the issue here is what we're highlit now, so I'm not sure I love going to a side statue at the beginning of the game here.
Some of my best friends have won games while being Khalid, and unfortunately, it usually happens when they are in Mission Win Countdown and not at the very start of the game. However, maybe Graash can find something very silly to entertain himself and us in the meantime. But for now, just taking our time, looking at things, looking at the lasers that indicates that Sauerkraut has chosen to take the gallery angle. A little bit of a rave enjoyer.
Okay, here's our second pair of inspects. Well, it's not a pair.
I think it might actually be a body if you look at it close enough. Statue is gonna get put down. We are gonna move back to the conversation next to our seduction target. Next enough, but you know what? For a 3 flirt, you don't care much. 2 missions done, other 2 to go. And the main question really is, what is going to be our 4th mission? Because the banana bread is coming our way shortly as the double agent nestles right in.
Yeah, very nice double agent here. I'm scared what we're eyeing the list here, going for a purloin. We do want to get that contact in pretty quickly though.
1 minute to go. Time is not running out just yet.
Banana
We
bread.
are still a little bit away from the beeps, but it's not looking too great. The double agent has
Okay.
been contact. Shot comes off. Alright. Wrestler, it's time to go back in time and show us potato salad, basically, because I do see that Salmon has inspected at least once, and
Yeah,
actually at least
2
twice.
inspects. That's it. We don't have anything else. Maybe a potential bug path that I didn't see.
Oh well.
Oh, yes. 2 minutes and 15 seconds. We're right next to the ambassador.
How dare he?
Okay. Contact is enough to further shot there.
Right as we are taking the rotation and leaving immediately afterwards as well. Yeah, that does look pretty interesting from Salmon. And well, I guess our crowd agrees because the shot for banana bread comes off. Potentially
It-
startling not only us but Graash as well. However, he won't be that sad about it.
Let's get into the next game. We're tied back up from 0-0, which is technically a tie. We're playing as Tex in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Going for a nice flirt here. Being slightly respectful of our flirt here as well. There we go. White
Nice.
flirt for 33%.
Would have loved it to be a green, but you know, we always allow our action tests to be green, unless we're trying to frame someone. And yeah, just gonna leave as well, nice and early. Not gonna keep our seduction timer ticking down very slowly. However, that extra time is going to be a pretty interesting choice, redirecting into the conversation right next to our seduction target. Keeping ourselves on the other side of her, which is a pretty nice little trick to make sure that we get paired a little bit less, maybe.
Yeah, I don't remember Sauerkraut as being a compulsive time adder, so I wonder if it's something they notice Graash doesn't pay attention too much to.
I mean, first the time I did in the first game had kind of been required with the slower pacing that we have elected to go for. But over here, going for it nice and early. You know, usually if a person time it, they will never time it in one game of the set. So I'm pretty interested to see if Grashak might have caught it or not. Doesn't seem so, at least.
We only have 2 highlights here as Graash, if we ignore Ambassador and Toby. There's the purloin. Sure, white purloin. It's been noticed.
Is it?
And the end of red.
Fake BB, which actually works. No way. No.
Pros don't fake, some people say, and I shall disagree. Well, people usually love going for one real banana red, but
I mean,
sauerkraut
Sauerkraut
here.
can't think that they're a low lit here. They must think that they're high lit.
There's two people in that conversation. Surely the other person is not an SDA. And honestly, if you are the sniper and you see your main target for the purloin, go for a fake banana bread. Do you count that as a banana bread when you're shooting later, or do you just let them get away with it?
I mean, you know they don't. If you know that there's no SDA in that conversation, you could wait for another BB there because that doesn't count as a mission.
Exactly. That gives sauerkraut more breathing room to accomplish a fifth, potentially. Well, fifth for the untrained viewer's eyes, fourth for us. To
I'm still
maybe
confused about that low light though. I don't understand where it comes from.
it comes from the fact that literally everyone only banana breads once, for real.
Yeah, but then Wheels would have a low light as well.
Yeah, but Wheel's purloined.
Hmm.
And we're gonna go for a
Ah,
bug,
didn't
but we
work.
also... No, still low light. Doesn't work, which is unfortunate, but... That's the thing with purloin. When you lose it, you become a bit chumpier on those usual suspects, and that inspect is not gonna go by.
That's been 3 safe shots in a row, right?
Believe so?
Hmm.
The game is called SpyParty for a reason, my friend.
Yep, Sniper's not on their game right now. Let's see if they can do better in the second game. Well, second game of this second mini set. Graash playing here as Ponytail in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
The second game of the second mini set of the second sauerkraut match in the second SMC season. A few highlights, lowlights, exchange positions. I believe that was maybe a missed double agent here, but you know, all's well that ends well.
We do get a flirt here at least for 34%. Put the book back after only 1 cycle, I think. But who cares? There's been a whole paper recently in the SpyParty Discord about all of the book cycles and how much they should stay. It was quite impressive.
Guess who reads all of the papers?
Not you?
Not me, but Graash sure does. Probably, maybe. He's called a doctor for a reason. That's sad. Apparently, Spy is a more favored side, and he is now feeling a little bit of pressure on him because usually it's not
Banana bread.
perceived as such. But here you kind of need to keep getting away with those spy wins if you want to.
That's a very nice banana bread there. There's one low light, and then only 3 or 4 fake banana breads.
Well,
We also have a fingerprint? Where did we get that fingerprint from?
oh, lots of different places.
From the
I
drink?
think it might be from the drink because I don't remember the ambassador taking out the green book at any point during this game. Are gonna go for a second little flirt. Unfortunately, it's just about not nice, but we will be able to get over the line. The
Banana
third
bread.
one and the second banana bread. So both spies are down to clown. This one maybe a little bit worse because it's a little bit more spread out.
Yeah, I like that a lot less now. Because the
But
first banana bread was so good, but the second one now is... It's just
I,
kind of evening out the whole thing.
there's only one lowlight from Sauerkraut so far, so spreading the banana breads around, if you're not getting many, if you're not giving off many lowlights to the sniper, is not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, but the first banana bread was just so good.
Yes,
I
but
wouldn't want to get a second one.
the second one doesn't look too bad either. And, because people are sometimes playing with the assumption that one banana bread is all it takes, like Graash did last time around. Ooh, and getting highlight for fingerprints, that's nice.
Yeah, I don't love the etiquette of that. There's a bug into an awkward path, into a shot.
I think Sauerkraut didn't like that put down or something.
Yeah, I didn't like that take actually. It was a little bit too fast from the ambassador coming in. Was a little too spy-like as well to go onto the pad with the briefcase.
And the redirect after Sauerkraut, such a good passing sniper. Winning our first sniper game of the entire set, actually. And now
Yay.
going over to his double, I believe, of gallery. So Graash feeling a little bit of pressure.
Yep, Graash is gonna have to pick up the pace a little bit as the sniper here, especially. And Sauerkraut playing as Salmon in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
That is a rather tall character.
I believe he's the tallest. Don't
That
quote me on
is
that.
rather unfortunate for a venue whose the whole purpose of which is hiding behind other characters.
Kind of, and looking at paintings. They are quite beautiful.
To be fair, the paintings are pretty nice.
Starting off the game strong here, not doing much. Straight in. Oh, I was gonna say straight into statues. Not at all. We're gonna go to bookcase with another awkward path. Not too awkward though.
Doesn't look too bad.
Oh,
We are gonna take the book out, but we will not go for a cheese. Entry is looking a little bit weird, but I'm pretty sure that enough action is happening back there that our good doctor, after realizing that Sauerkraut is not, in fact, going for the cheese, is just gonna leave the guy alone.
ooh, hello, seduction target. Was that a 0 cycle take, by the way? I think it was. 51% with a stop talk immediately after.
I mean, don't want to get caught talking, because not talking leaves you up with some nice little opportunities. First of all, the sniper doesn't see that you are talking. Second of all, I don't actually think I would get there anyway.
But we haven't done much else though. That's the issue here. We're down a minute and a half now.
And gallery is actually not that great of a venue to time add on, so not feeling too great for Sauerkraut, if that's our plan, because it's kind of easy to guard. And if Graash has been looking at the little replay thing between games, he does know that he might be playing against a timer.
Yeah,
Sauerkraut.
we've managed to finish Seduce at least. But apart from that, I'm Again, concerned at a slow spy here from Sauerkraut.
To be fair, last time I casted Sauerkraut, I have been concerned about a slow spy for half the set, and then that slow
And the
spy
bread.
proceeded to win it. So here comes the banana bread. Not too many lowlights for gallery, just 4, but still rather annoying. However, much better to have a banana bread than not, especially on a venue that expensive.
I mean, Sauerkraut is testing Graash's sniper here by playing very slowly and getting a slow microfilm direct transfer here.
He's not just testing Graash, he's testing his memory specifically. Let's see. Did the salmon catch a fish?
I'm gonna use that. 30 seconds left to find a fourth mission now. Are we just gonna swap? Or we're just gonna swap. I mean, fair enough.
He sure does enjoy some seagrass. The action test is ignored, but the statue is visible and the fade kills us immediately afterwards.
Oof. Yeah, that is quite on camera.
So, what do you think about the whole zoom for the angle thing? Do you think that's Graash just being thorough in the beeping seconds of the end game, or is that him knowing the transfer happened?
No,
Just
I think
not.
it's... Yeah, I'm not sure. Because obviously Simon hasn't done anything all game.
Well, he took the book out and he put the book back in.
I think it's just someone's going to statue. This is a very swappable statue. Let me just check just in case. And I don't think the transfer was caught.
I would also
But
add
it could be.
gentleman since Rocker was there like 5 seconds ago checking for a green swap.
That's true.
I would hazard a guess.
And the fade was evidently quite visible, so...
Oh well. A little bit unfortunate on the inspect animation. I don't remember how Salmon's other inspect animations look like, but there are some characters with some very nasty ones, particularly on that statue on gallery, in my experience. Either way, Graash, finally winning a sniper game for himself, is now gonna try to catch up. Only takes one spy game to even it up.
Yep, and we're playing as Red Dress, Hair, in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Spy area control for 2 seconds. Impressive. We are
Last
landing on a very small pad here to flirt. 51% at least.
Well, would have been very sad if the seduction target left a little bit earlier, but you know what? We risked it, and it worked out. Which is very nice considering that flirt on this venue is also rather precarious. And
There's
well,
I'm mad.
I
Yeah,
mean, when
it's
in
funny.
Rome,
I do know Sauerkraut as the one not checking timeouts that much, so that's why I kind of found it funny when Sauerkraut was the one adding time. So
that's
there's
the
the karma.
benefit of the chase flirt. We do finish our first mission already, and the clock is only at 3:50. Only 10 seconds have passed, and we've already finished flirt. So OP. Time to AFK for 3 minutes, and then time out.
No. We're going outside to go for it. Where are we going? There we go. Outside. Contact. Spot opens. That's a very, very awkward path. And
I
double
think-
agent leaves immediately. Wow,
I
that was...
think Graash wanted to hit that statue pad, but did not believe in the path. And if you're standing off the
Oof.
square, then you don't turn towards the statue, which kills us pretty much immediately.
Double agents joins us back, at least. Instead of going to statues, this was worth it. A lot
little
less
bit of
people in
karma.
conversation, though.
Zombies moving around. There are a few people going to the statues. We see Twin is already a highlight and going for it, so might be something to keep in mind for later stages of the game.
unfortunately, the back conversation is almost empty. Only 3 people in it, and only 4 people in this front conversation. This would be a very dire banana bread. And we're not even lefty option because double agent leaves us. So now we have 2 minutes and a half, and we need to find 3 missions.
Well, it's fine. We just bug, inspect, and I guess banana bread will do. Better a bad one than none at all. Honestly, if you're trying for it, at least a fake probably is nice. As much as keeping the situation silent benefits us in some way, most spies would prefer to not do that.
Yeah, Sauerkraut checking the statues very carefully, to the point where he's ignoring much of the rest of the venue. Not always, obviously, but
I mean, there is an old adage that every spy is playing to beat their own sniper. Sauerkraut so far tends to fit. He is, well, trying to swap, he's trying to time it. Not checking one, but checking the other. They're trying to cover
are we
up
going to
for his
attempt
own
a
flaws.
microfilm here? Not sure I agree, but not sure what I would do, so why not? Let's try.
I mean, it's not the worst idea. We are a little bit of a highlight, but there are quite a few back there, and, well,
Banana
with
bread.
the amount of faces in between us and the laser, it's not necessarily the worst kind of idea. I don't think that book in hand has been seen.
One of the better banana breads on this venue. Still quite a lot of lowlights, but you can't ask for a perfect banana bread.
You can. It just won't get answered. Uh, going for a bug here. Pretty interesting attempt. Hoping for the ambassador to actually swoop into us, but unfortunately it doesn't quite work out. 30
Banana
seconds
bread.
on the clock, the beep starts, a fake banana bread is uttered, and we are gonna go to the other bookshelf. Does Sauerkraut know the shift on Sari?
Okay, that was a banana bread to hide. I'm not sure I love it.
And we're going for the bug as well. Interesting little set of bounces. Doesn't quite work out. Sauerkraut is very confused by whatever the hell is happening in the venue. And we are gonna request. That's a last second purloin, which
You
won't
can't
work
do
because
that!
we can't. We don't have time. Picking up the
No!
statue, trying to get it.
Red doesn't work either. Red is slower than white, unfortunately, which is very weird, but indeed a red swap is slower than a white swap, so
Remember how 3 minutes ago I said that we will waste 3 minutes in timeout? It was a little bit more action packed than I have expected, but the outcome, unfortunately, for Mr. Graash is going to stay the same.
I don't understand why we went for the request instead of straight to statues when we have 7 seconds.
Um, I mean, we are going to a front-facing statue, right? So those swaps are very visible, and judging by the fact that there's no time at all left, and the
Well,
investor is in a rather guardable position, Sauerkraut, no,
we had
pretty
8
certainly.
seconds to find an inspect, which is certainly doable, and Sari was going
Oh,
straight to ambassador, so that would have been a perfect bug attempt.
the other thing is usually if you're trying to shoot overtime, well, if I were doing it in a vacuum, I'm either looking at bug or it inspects randomly, like someone at statues at the last second. Perlin is much more discreet. However, yeah, that little
Oh well.
request just kills us. No time, no time at all. The timeouters are not dead, but they're not winning either. And Sauerkraut, he's gonna proceed staying ahead for the time being. Let's see if he can actually win the venue as well.
Yep, playing as queen here has a 2-point lead in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
So we play all 16 games, so it doesn't matter much. But the colloquial wisdom suggests that you kind of want 9 What the hell is happening over there?
The pathing in these games has been perfect. Nothing to say.
Martini Lowlight said. Anyway, colloquial wisdom suggests that you need 9 points to win a match. So far, we are on 4, aiming to get our 5th if we are Sauerkraut. So there's still a lot of time for Graash to try to catch up, but to do so, needs to start getting those games done. Let's see.
I like how Rocker and Tex here tried both going to briefcase, and in the end, none of them went for it. It was a beauty. We only have 51% flirt here, and a minute has gone by. Again, we're
Well,
playing very slow spies here, and I'm not sure I like it.
on one hand, yes. On the other hand, the more time you take, the more time it takes for the other characters to do stuff. And the other characters have definitely been at it. There's a few little interesting moments that Graash, no doubt, is trying to pay attention to. At least trying, because that's what you're supposed to do. But does he really will one of those spies actually succeed at missions? Well, we know that the answer is no, but Sauerkraut himself just gonna stay hidden, gonna stay. Maybe trying to distract Graash with whatever the hell is happening in the venue from those little early passing mishaps.
Yeah, we're 2 minutes in. There's a bug. Beautiful bug. Finally, we go straight into talking to try and hide that. I was gonna say we only have 2 minutes left and we only have flirt done, but now we're in a much better position. We need to do contact and a fourth mission in 2 minutes, which sounds a lot more doable.
And it's not just a beautiful bug, it's also a very, very powerful set of people blocking us. Not only there are 2 people standing in front of us in that conversation, but also the Kane who has been moving around. And it's the moving targets that's more annoying to check, because human beings are have kind of evolved to detect movement and not necessarily someone standing. So Kane moving in front of us, ironically, might have been a better distraction than everyone standing in that conversation.
Ambassador being flashed on.
Of course, Ambassador is the most suspicious person in the party, after all.
Does this have a fingerprint? No, we're just inspecting. Why are we inspecting?
Because it allows us to get a second inspect and a second fingerprint on the other statue and go for a silent game.
Fair enough. I like that. I like that. Let's do that.
Let's. The statue, however, not necessarily the smartest call, as Graash will
Oh.
no doubt recognize the whole situation.
I think that was a good play, though. Just Graash being on top of it, saw the fingerprint at bookcase, straight to statue, from statue to statue, and the second fingerprint is on that second statue.
Statue to statue without trying to entertain the path somewhere else somehow is a little bit suspicious to me. And the fact that we are picking up a very, very hot fingerprint does not help matters either. Oh.
Oh well. We have Graash here playing as Seek, trying to get back to a tie here. In 3, 2, 1, playing.
And one issue that I'm having with that play from Sauerkraut is that not only he's taken very, very long time to come up with those game plans and come up with those finishes, but also it seems rather skill checky in a way. Like either you see it or you don't, instead of just something that is convoluted or something that is just more distracting behind the simple do you see that path from statue to statue, which I'm pretty certain that Graash at this point, even the 8th seed of SMC will have no issue sussing out those little attempts to finish. That is a bug. That is a second bug. I think the second bug was not necessarily the smartest idea.
There's a second bug?
Yes, yes, it's called me noticing it on my overviews the first time and then saying it twice because the replay
Fair
to
enough.
psyop you thinking into thinking that I'm correct. As way out of the doubles, Sauerkraut is going to be slightly ahead here. 2 games is not much, but we have seen people win by that amount, and that is a very, very shaky yet rather comfortable lead because it is a lead nonetheless.
Yeah, so Sauerkraut currently winning 5-3. We are at the middle mark. We finished a double venue. We're now going into the single venues. So, do we have a highlight game wrestler?
Don't think so. Just I don't.
Just a nice little break to separate the two parts.
Yes, and maybe talk about the. I want to highlight the venues left. We have one big venue, 5 out of 8 library, and then 3 out of 7 terrace, 2 out of 3 balcony, and then Taeyan, who's known for mission density. So, spies.
Okay,
maybe.
so what I'm hearing is 2 more games and then we can relax. Okay, once more into the bridge, my friend. The library we shall go on. And
I did
general
see a
has
lot of
been picked and I
time ads
cannot
from
keep on
both.
with that meter. That is a very good point. Library is rather time ad heavy, so to speak. Let's see if we'll see one more in 3, 2, 66. Go. I don't know. Sorry.
That's great coordination there.
It's hard to do mental math immediately, especially considering that I'm bad at math, mental, and immediately. So, as way, Sauerkraut, not doing anything rash and silly immediately. But there will be there will be an amount of rash and silly, I believe, on library, where the main detractor for the sniper is the fact that you can't see everything. Literally.
Again, just very slow spies. I don't necessarily hate it, but I wish we were doing something.
He's been standing there for 40 seconds. 40 seconds is not that much time, surely.
And when you have 5 missions to do it, it is a lot of time. Out of the 8 missions you have, you can only ignore 3. Here's a difficult fingerprint. We do get it at least. So there's our first half mission in a minute's play.
Exactly. He's doing progress. He's fast. He's not slow. The leafy greens will light our way as we go and bug the book or something. Actually, no, we will go for CBUs and a gulp to make sure that we are able, in fact, to get the book out from the briefcase. From the bookcase.
I like the brief. I think this should be the mission. Get the book out of the briefcase.
That could be a very cool transfer location.
It's the plans, actually. Get the plans out of the briefcase. They're in the
And
form
into
of a
the
book.
bookshelf. Speaking of, we are at the green bookshelf, and the test will be green as well.
I think that was off screen from the sniper's view. Just barely.
Yeah, the sniper is very intent on watching the ambassador here because that little pillar doesn't look like much, but it's rather precarious, and I've seen. Well, one of my first tournament games in a one of my first tournament games have been against Kumakit, who has spent the entire game sitting behind that pillar. And literally just never left it and almost won. So, those pillars, very precarious. And even if we are banning occlusion, both ballroom and library feature a little bit of it. Just enough to spice things up. We are going to the yellow bookshelf.
Yeah, we're right next to the ambassador. There we go. We're taking it out. Ooh, going into conversation with it for a BB.
Banana bread.
I
Fortunately,
don't hate it, but there has been a little bit of an exodus on the left, allowing Graash to pick up quite a few lowlights.
Yeah, my issue here is we have 90 seconds left. We still need to flirt once. We still need to transfer and put the book back. We still need to get a fingerprint, and we still need a 5th mission.
Exactly, you just need to do one thing each, and it's fine.
Yeah, that's a lot of things to do in what is now 75 seconds. Time is ticking. And we're not moving.
I mean, the thing about taking the book out is that we can essentially go for a transfer anywhere, but we will have to put it back in yellow if we want to keep selling the action test. Microfilm not being the issue.
Okay, it's green. It's totally off screen. We're checking the statues here on the right side, and there's the shot.
Sick just can't really blame the sniper for that one because that is a very, very hidden statue.
You know what I said about doing like 4 missions still? Yeah, just forget about that and get a Civ shot.
See, and you were worried. Can't be that hard.
We're on to our next game here. Graash, after unfortunately shooting a civilian here, is going to try and not lose to 4 games here. That would be a 7-3. Let's get it to 6-4 if we can in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Wait, why are Crash's games going backwards?
Are they?
Either way, well, you are saying 3, 2, 1, but oh, actually, a very quick bug. While I'm trying to confuse you, Graash is mentioned to confuse the sniper.
Yeah, very nice chaos bug. This is exactly what I was talking about. Just do missions at the beginning. It's actually harder than what I'm making it seem like.
But if you're the one doing missions, you get shot for it.
Yep. Quite exactly.
Instead of some random AIs, you know? Just saying. If that random AI bugs in the first 10 seconds, you are safe.
Okay, we're not taking this contact. We could have. It's not the greatest contact, but it's not the worst either. But let's try and get a better opportunity here. Going to green bookcase, there is a fingerprint.
A lot of little incidental progress here in between all the Crash's play. He's not really going for those little, for those big flashy things, but he doesn't have to. He already has completed one of those. He doesn't need much more, so the second fingerprint will be in our sights in the future. The first flirt, unfortunately, not the greatest, and the time is going to be rather annoying.
Ooh. Interesting.
Huh.
Okay, we're low lit now.
Does Sauerkraut feel like a sniper who will bring up a lowlight to you?
No.
Which
I'm
means
pleased.
that the only way Graash dies now is if he completes a hotel on screen. Which would be a rather stupid decision, I
We
must
didn't
say.
take the contact again. I
We
don't know
don't
how long
have
we
to,
can
we
wait.
have so much progress. Sauerkraut won last game was less progress than we have right now. So we
Yeah, but
don't
we
have
still
to
need
do
a 5th
anything.
mission, and
Do we?
contact, and seduce, and a fingerprint.
Do we?
Well, let's
We
see.
we are a lowlight. That means we're not getting shot. That means an AI is getting shot. That said, I actually do agree with you. If we want an AI to be shot, surely we want the banana bread to come off at any point during this game.
Okay, we can purloin here. I don't particularly recommend it. There we go, reject. We have 2 minutes left. We haven't done anything since we've been high lit except, or low lit except flirt here. We're back with the double agent again for the 3rd time. This time we've got all 3 suspected double agents in conversation, and quite a few
Banana
people in
bread.
conversation. There's the
Third
double.
time's the charm. It's
We
going to
BB
be a
split.
green as well.
We don't need to BB split because we're we're low lit, but
Yeah, but he doesn't know that.
does this have a fingerprint?
Looks like it.
Yes. Okay. And it's green. Beautiful.
And the swap is green as well. Oh, that swap is interesting. I think I like it actually.
I mean, what else are you gonna do? You could have inspect, but that's complicated. Transfer is relatively visible.
I'm not necessarily certain that we have been seen at that statue as well, so there's a highlight. But is the fate visible? No, no, it is not! 6, 5, 4.
You have 3 seconds. Nope, there we go.
I like how Rocker is immediately going for the fingerprint on the book as well.
Rocker needs to finish missions fast there.
See, she's been listening to you.
Honestly, we need like a 1v1 spy, 1v1v1 with 2 spies and 1 sniper.
Yeah, one of the
Rocker was the
spies is
second
an
spy.
AI. Well, we don't need too many spies, honestly, because the venue just can't handle all of them. Welcome to the bigger one of the 2 balconies we are going to be playing today, colloquially known as Terrace. We do have Mr. A chosen as our spy. Sauerkraut still ahead by 2, which is not much, but it is honest work. And we shall begin in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Ooh, immediate low light on the double agent. You'll love to see it.
Okay, we're next to the seduction target as our usual game start. We're a 34% flirt.
A few people going to the bar, a few people going for the inspects. Have to point out that Graash is not highlighting them because I believe he will highlight only the completions. Which might not seem like much, but does reduce some amount of visual clutter.
Yeah, I also play like that. It doesn't work out for me though.
Well, not all of us have a memory palace. Know how stupidly expensive those things are. 35% on the flirt, not much progress, but honestly, we don't need much progress, or at least we don't need much progress on ourselves. If anyone else is doing that is a whole different thing.
Still not doing much. Seduction target has gone for the briefcase, so we can flirt again. There is a difficult print available at the bar, but for now we seem to be just chilling in the conversation.
So Salmon and Duke have a print. Kane also does have one. And let's see. Pearls joins right next to us, but unfortunately I believe that's longer than a minute since she was last getting a drink. So that will be a rather obvious send.
Banana bread.
However, the banana bread is going to be a fake and going to be a green. Pearl splits, as does Queen. We are trying to get a bug. Unfortunately, it does not take, but the cover for it was nasty.
I wonder if we can direct Purloin here. Probably not.
I mean, the option is always there. The fingerprint, unfortunately, will fail, but now that we have a Purloin in our hand, we can try to send maybe even Kane. Kane leaves immediately, but on his own volition, which is looking suspicious for us. Gonna get a gulp in. There is probably one of the few venues where you can actually look at those. So Sauerkraut on a thin ice, but I believe no one would ever do that, so...
I mean, what are you gonna do now in 20 seconds? Just hope for a shot? Like,
find a
hope you get
stupid...
sent? Yeah,
Find a
direct
stupid
Purloin.
bug, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. There's a briefcase and...
Oh my god! Come on! Ah, that's so
Did I mention that Kane
unfortunate.
had a briefcase print earlier in the game? Yes, I did. And look what it's doing to you. Briefcase fingerprints are one hell of a drug, kids. Don't do those. Or do them. Actually, do them. Not many people expect you to do.
That
So,
is so unfortunate there. Graash, yeah. I mean, that's 3 missions, fair enough.
that is fingerprints. That is a banana bread. And we have tried to get sent by Disney out of bar, I believe.
Oh well. Unfortunately, Graash does not hold their shot, which is I mean, it's very difficult when an AI does 3 missions. But now onto our next game. We're playing as Rocker, and we really don't want to lose this game. Otherwise, we can't even win the match anymore. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Give us some credit. We did banana bread.
Yeah. That's about it.
That's sad. 35% on the floor. That is a lot of people crammed in a very, very little space. But looks okay. At least looks okay for Sauerkraut. So nothing to worry about. Let's see. Few inspects, a few people going to the bar and such. Seiko's picking up the briefcase. Maybe that will be a useful point of information yet again. You never know, really.
Yeah, we're waiting on this contact here. At least we got a white flirt in. Going to chase our ST for another seduce. It is green. Gonna put us to 64%, unfortunately. Not 67, which is the number we want to see.
Happens to the worst of us and the best of us. And that redirect. That redirect. I believe off of a briefcase, right? Just
Yeah, wow, okay.
take a bow, Graash. Sauerkraut, getting burned. And well, another flirt, but unfortunately, the action tests don't line up. 98%. We will have to do a fourth, but we have enough time to get a fourth. And
No!
nice.
What? Why? What's the
We've
reason?
gone to bar. Sauerkraut highlights everyone who goes to bar. And there's a drink on the print, which is green.
We reconsider our redirect low light.
Do we get shot for a briefcase now? Would be hilarious. However, first we are gonna go get that last flirt.
we're safety off is on Queen.
Queen, so I mean he's thinking in the right direction. Definitely one of those two people.
Yeah, we're one of the only 2 highlights right now.
That is actually a little bit of a dangerous spot we are right now in, because the double agent needs to get into a conversation. Now they're picking up a briefcase, so we will not be able to finish Banana Bread by the time the game ends. The Purloin expires, so that is good for not us. That's actually good for Sauerkraut, but Graash is trying to get a Banana Bread. It's a white because it has to be, because we need to get the double agent into the conversation, but no.
Oh, that should work.
He doesn't yield.
All right, Rocker has one of the longer ones because she has a phone.
You kids and your phones. Back in our day, we had stopwatches and time at it immediately.
It's an iPhone 4 or 5, okay? Rocker is a little bit... hasn't bought a new phone in a little while.
That explains why it takes so long to time it, because it just doesn't load properly. Oh boy. All jokes aside, that is a very sad position for Graash to be in, as Sauerkraut has already guaranteed himself a tie, which means that he's in a very... She even holds it upside down.
Yes, I remember that little detail.
Those damn Zoomers and their phones, said the Zoomer.
That's a bug report for Checker. Rocker holds her phone upside down.
There was no bug in this game. Or venue. Either way, Tayan is going to be our next set of missions. And, well, Graash needs to sweep if he wants some points here. See if he will be able to get it in 3, 2, 1, playing it. I believe that's the second Mr. A in a row from Sauerkraut.
Oh, that's a nice position for a bug here.
It's the and everything is a nice position for a bug.
There we go. The lean is visible, but we were moving the camera to low light a double agent at bookcase. So now we're 1 mission up, we have a green flirt, and we have 3 minutes on the clock. We are in a good position.
I can't believe you actually said that. I really expected you to say that we are behind on basic.
Not with a bug in pocket.
Well, not our pocket, that's the important part.
Okay, safety was off on the bookcase. I think the bookcase is in danger.
Oh no. If the sniper shoots a bookcase, what happens to the spy?
I mean, they win. That's a civ shot.
Books are not civilians.
Are they? Are they spies?
There could be
Secret
an art
spies?
of war hidden over there. And I recall people using some very, very heavy dictionaries back in middle school. That was very painful. Either way, 93% flirt, and we are actually going to the danger zone, picking up the print. And getting ever closer. Just gonna find that second one.
I wonder actually if the safety off was a way to remember there's a fingerprint at the bookcase.
I would be too surprised.
Oh, we're not in conversation. We're not in conversation. Move out, alert. that
Honestly,
was well handled.
not the worst. Not the worst style. Usually people panic a little bit, try to itch into the conversation, which works if the sniper is not looking, but it's the end, you don't have anywhere else to look to. And, well, those little twitches on site are just a recipe for disaster. Nice little solve by Sauerkraut, too. Make sure that they can finish the flirt, at least.
Okay, we've got 4 people out of conversation, not including Ambassador. But that's not too bad of a contact. I wouldn't wait too long because I'm just a little scared Double Agent is going to leave the conversation when we only have 1 minute left on the clock, and we still need to get a fingerprint.
Yeah, I would probably worry more about the fingerprint because it takes a little bit for the ambassador to leave those.
But,
And
okay.
if we rush for one, especially after picking up the danger briefcase, could be rather suspicious.
We moved a little bit to the left
Banana
there
bread.
for a little bit. There's our contact.
For a better banana bread position, and it pays off. The shifts are coming off.
Yep, but not on us. We're pretty happy about that. I don't believe there's any fingerprints. There's a fingerprint there on statue. Briefcase is too close to the ambassador to pick up legally. I think we're still gonna have to do it. There it is. Oh, no, we're waiting. Why are we waiting?
I like it. We're waiting for the last second to pick up the briefcase.
I don't. Are we dancing? Okay, fair enough. Let's dance. We weren't suspicious, now we are.
Ooh, and he's putting it down! Nice. Nice little play. Because when you're dancing, you're usually moving left and right. So the only thing the sniper needs to do is to line up the shots however you will go in the next... Well, where you will twitch in the next 10 seconds. But putting the briefcase down means that we literally are not in the field of vision, not in the...
Yeah, but we weren't suspicious, so the dance in itself wasn't actually necessary. But it pays off if you don't get shot. Still a game win.
I mean, you know, it's a thought that counts. Not just a game win, and it's that match win for Sauerkraut. Securing himself a few little points, which is particularly good considering that his loss against Roth has been pretty close. So putting him in a very nice little position to end off the group, potentially even getting into the bracket. However, we still have 3 more games to play with here because all those games have to be played in this tournament. And let's see how this will go.
Okay, we're playing as Ponytail here in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Unfortunately, we won't be able to win the match, but if we can at least get a 9-7, then my prediction would be right, and we'd get nice tie-breaking opportunities.
Wait, that's correct. We actually predicted Sauerkraut to win and he won. I haven't realized that he can do that. Wait, does this mean that Caster's Curse was a lie all along? Oh no.
Wait. I predicted 9-7. Caster's Curse can still happen.
Caster's Curse not strong enough.
No, but We'll see. We'll see. I don't want to speak too early, just in case it happens. The effects double if I say it again.
Banana bread.
There's a
Well-
fake BB. We are with suspected double agent, so we're gonna be taken as a real one. Here's a purloin. It's green. We're just doing mission after mission. We could have done a bug here. We are not going to. We might go for the briefcase though. We are
How
not
many
going to go for
points
the
for that
briefcase.
Purloin? The list is taken meanwhile. Don't think it's necessarily the most visible at the moment. Or at least the reaction is not here. The fingerprint is taken on the book, and we keep on chugging along. Can't win anyway, so might as well just send it. List is in gun.
Yeah, once we actually... I mean, Graash can't win the match anymore. Well, that's a really nice green print. They've been hitting those green prints really well. I think only one was missed in this whole match. Oh, that does Toby bounce. We're going to the other bookcase. I'm not sure I like that. As long as we're obvious that we're not microfilming, I guess that's okay.
I don't hate it much. Like, we are completely on vision here.
Okay, we're not going to put the book back. I like that. Unfortunately, Double Agent leaves us immediately as we enter. But we just need to finish Flirt and get that contact in the next 90 seconds, and I think it's a pretty clean win.
Wait, that's basically a game of balcony. Graash is already practicing for the next games. That's good. I'm not sure if I like that move.
I mean, you could have gone to a conversation and hoped that Double Agent comes in, and it would have paid off, but instead we go to Windows first and then go to the conversation. Unfortunately, Double Agent leaves us immediately as we enter a second time, so that's not going to work out.
We are moving to a place where we can be perceived as doing some microfilm shenanigans. Which is,
I mean, as
indeed
long as we
not
don't
here.
put the book back, we'll be fine.
Banana bread.
There's a second BB. We're going to have to do a third one, though. Like, you're just enticing a shot when everyone has BB already. Okay, there's
Start
one.
banana bread. Someone call Palmer.
Banana bread, please. Don't wait too
Banana
long.
bread.
There we
That
go.
is going to be a green. And now we just talk for the win.
Can we do a fourth banana bread just for the laugh?
Let's go.
No, it's a bit late. Twin left us. We are
Doesn't
waiting
stop us
for...
from doing the banana bread, you know.
True. 12 seconds left. Flirt cooldown has expired right now. Here's a talk at 10 seconds. If Sauerkraut catches this, could be bad, but I don't see anything, and that's a nice win from Graash.
The 10.2. If, as we all know, the mission win countdown is 10 seconds, so you don't even get overtime. You don't even get a hint of overtime.
Yeah, beautifully
Nasty
played.
little timing from Graash. The green on that seduce. Take a bow. Come on.
Okay, we're on to our famous balcony games. Those ones are going to be short. We're playing here as Sari in 3, 2, 1. Playing it.
I thought Sauerkraut is already ahead. Why is I playing the tiebreaker?
No, it's balcony is not the tiebreaker, Yosh.
But how do you break ties?
You don't break dice here. You don't need to. Sauerkraut already won.
See, this is the point where you have to talk about slow pacing. Because there are 2 missions on this venue. Well, 3. Well, 1, really, because you need to get the flirt done somehow. And judging by the fact that there's already less than 90 seconds left, less than 2 full flirt cooldowns, not the greatest position.
No,
So-
but on this venue at least, you can complete missions when there's 15 seconds left. As long as Double Agent is in conversation. Not saying you're gonna win, but at least you've completed your missions. That is an unfortunate flirt. Unfortunately,
Honestly,
I was waiting at Windows a little too long
I
there.
believe we are already in a situation where we have to eye up someone to frame. Ooh, that little twitch from Queen will give her
Banana
some
bread.
favors. The banana bread is uttered just as Pax has taken a briefcase, and I believe someone was taking a drink. So
I'm surprised by these lowlights.
that is down to, well, 2, because the investor is known to both players.
We're gonna have a hard time winning this one, actually.
No, 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 no. It's fine. We just stay silent and time out. And if we don't time out, then General gets shot because he talked and we didn't.
I mean, we can try two flirting. Well, no, now we can't because there's 10 seconds left. I was gonna say two flirt for the win, green green,
He
but
talks.
5 seconds. 4, 3, 2.
Going for the last second bug, and it
Yeah,
will
but
be Mission Win Countdown. But you know what? No one would ever do that except for the spy. So the talk happens at just about 10 seconds exactly. So Graash waiting for the overtime anyway, and Sauerkraut is more suspicious by the time that hits.
not even waiting for overtime. Actually, the shot takes place just as overtime starts, which is impressive. Well, impressive. It was quite an obvious bug, to be fair, but nicely played.
Graash running on the good all already have lost the sad buff, knowing that there's nothing left to lose and just doing everything he can.
Come on,
Surprisingly, when you don't have to actually win the set, you become even stronger. Let's
come
see if
on,
it is.
Graash. Let me win my prediction here of 9-7. Playing as hair in 3, 2, 1. Playing it.
But the score is already so nice, you don't need to break it.
We need our 16 games, unfortunately, Yosh.
Aw, do we really have to play all 16 games?
We've already started the 16.
Oh, how dare they start games? SMH. Back in
We
my
are.
day, when we hit 9, we have already finished the set. We are being marked as suspicious, but little drink take brings us back down. I'm not sure necessarily what the idea here is, but I guess just highlighting people who talk and seeing if any patterns emerge. Because balcony, for all its simplicity, is rather formulaic, usually.
Yeah, timer flirting on balcony is dangerous because snipers expect you to timer flirt. So you try and go to windows when the SD is at windows, like we're gonna do right now, to flirt with them, but then you're paired. So that's an issue. So how are
Dun,
you gonna
dun,
solve that?
dun.
So
And
yeah, there's the
also
mind games of balcony.
bug range, potentially. So highlight is gonna stay up. Joining a respectable distance away, 72% means that if we hit this green, it should not be too much of an issue. But
Banana
bug
bread.
red is coming off first, and that's going to be a SIP BB. Pretty
Like it a lot.
nice.
Ooh, we're still being safetied off on.
See, the
There's our
real
last
test
flirt, hopefully. There it
here
is, 10
is
seconds.
I will shot for it because that is a talk
Come on, give me my 9-7, yes!
Banana bread.
And a BB, not
and
a
a
BB.
fake BB.
Yeah.
Graash finishing it off with a little bit of fun time.
A BBBM. Well, very close match in the end, indeed. 9-7.
Balcony proving to be the equalizer that it was always meant to be. I'm actually surprised that Sauerkraut is one who singled balcony
Yeah. I
because
Uh, it's not. I have them in reverse order, so it was
that's
Graash.
why.
Graash was single balcony.
see, I knew you would be lying because no way in hell Sauerkraut is not the one picking terrace. I know my boy and I know he speaks. Maybe, probably.
Fair enough. But
So
hey,
yeah,
my prediction was right. That's all I'm happy with.
I love that balcony pick from Graash because Graash is the lowest seed in this group. He benefits the most from having a good old-fashioned coin flip. And I would not be against seeing more of that as a strategic choice rather than just people banning it out. Either way, you see here's the overview of how the groups look. We do know that Rov has beaten OP quite considerably, as has just about beaten Sauerkraut. Sauerkraut has just about beaten Graash. And well, Graash, even though his first match was a loss, that scoreline does give him a nice little advantage in potential tiebreaks if those come to happen. Either way, we will see more matches in the future if Wrestler chooses to host it. I have been Yash. This here today with me has been a Gabriel. This game is called Spy Party. You can buy it on spyparty.com, I believe, or Steam. This and many other competitive events hosted by people like you, me, Gabriel, and maybe even Wrestler uh, are hosted in the Discord. Discord.gg/spyparty is a place for you to be in. Thank you, Wrestler, for hosting yet again. I'm sure we will see you many more times in the future. Thank you, Gabriel, for casting with me. It has been a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
And that shall be it for us. Have fun out there. You deserve it, after all.
Very well.
See you later.